Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Satchidananda Gaura Hare Jai Satchidananda Gaura Hare Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jai Nitai Gaurango Nitai Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga, Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari, Jai Sachinandana Hari, Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana. Govinda Jai, Jai Gopala Jai Jai. Govinda Jai, Jai Gopala Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. Haribo, 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 go, Haribo, Nitai go.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry for messing up.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. So thank you all for coming. There's going to be Bhagavad Gita class now. It's going to be chapter 18, the last chapter, and the text is going to be number 10. So after initial Sanskrit and reading of purport, this will then obviously touch on every single day sort of scenarios as well. So yeah, Rajesh Krishna Prabhu is going to be giving the class now. One thing is when DTs are there, we
Thank you for coming. So today we'll just start with a short kirtan, which we normally sing before class. It's very straightforward. You can all join in. Just literally 2 minutes. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Chana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Chana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanatari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gokul Nand Radha Gokul Nand Radhe Jayo Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jayo Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jayo Gaura Nitai Jayo Gaura Nitai Jayo Gaura Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada So thank you all for coming today on a Saturday evening here to Bhaktivedanta Mana. So today we're going to do a class from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18. verse number 10. So how many of you have been here before? So how many is the first time? So quite a few of you. That's good, that's good. So Bhagavad Gita, like as we know it, it's spoken by Lord Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra to Arjuna for us to understand the meaning of a life, really. That's what it's all about. So before we start, we say a short prayer to invite the Lord to be here with us present. I mean, he is there on the altar anyway, but still, we still call out for him so he can hear that we're here to give a class. So just we say it 3 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're going to talk from chapter 18. So as you know, the Bhagavad Gita is in 3 parts. Okay, so you got chapter 1 to 6, which is all about Karma Yoga, and then you got chapter 7 to 12, all about Bhakti Yoga, and then from 12 to 18 about Jnana Yoga. So Krishna is telling us everything in that book, how we should live our lives, how we can approach him, how we can make our life simple, how we can make our life easy, the do's and don'ts that we should follow. So we come towards the end. Now this is chapter 18, okay? Towards the end of the whole Gita. So it's like, how many of, I know I'm sure a lot of us have been to school and done exams. So what happens, throughout the whole year, we're studying. And at the end of the year, when it's our final exams, what do we normally do? Yeah? We make what we call small bite-sized notes, don't we? So we can remember everything. So you can imagine Arjuna's dilemma. He's been there on the battlefield with Krishna, and Krishna's been saying so many things to him on the battlefield. And now it's time that Krishna is going to break everything that he's spoken in the last 17 chapters into bite-sized notes that he can understand, and so that we can understand as well. So he's going over through the whole Bhagavad Gita once again. So we'll read through the verse. It's on the screen there, and the English is given there as well.
Push it down a bit so that the English is there. Yeah. Can we make it bigger?
Okay, we'll.
That's okay. You can probably take it out on your phones.
It's on
database.
a database. It's there. Okay. Nadvishti akushalam karma. Nadveshte akushalam karma. Kaushal nanu sajjate. Kaushal nanu sajjate. Tyagi sattva samovisto. Tyagi sattva samavisto. Medhavi chinna samasya. Medhavi chinna samasya. So the translation of this verse: the intelligent renouncer situated in the mode of goodness and neither hateful of inauspicious work nor attached to auspicious work has no doubts about work. So, like we said, Krishna is summarizing the whole 17 chapters into bite-sized notes for Lord Arjuna and for our benefit, so that we can understand. So, in this verse, there are a couple of verses, a couple of words. You've got dvesti, which means hates. Akushalam, inauspicious. Kushala, in the auspicious. Okay? And there's Medhavi, intelligent. So these are just a few of the words. Sattva is another word in that verse. So you've got a couple of words in here that are very apt and useful for us every day that we can understand. So Krishna is asking, Arjuna is asking Krishna, what should he do on the battlefield? Obviously he's got to fight. Should he kill all his family or not? And what's wrong? Why should I do that? I'll take the karma for that. And Krishna explains, well, listen, I know the past, present, and future. They're going to get killed anyway, whether you kill them or something else happens. They're going to get killed anyway. So what you're doing, you're working for me. Okay? Just follow my instructions and I will take care of everything. So it comes to a point where here he's asking actually, should he renounce his actions or should he just do his actions that he's supposed to do? So he's asking about sannyas, because obviously when you renounce everything, you should. Because at one point he said, I'll run away from the battlefield, I don't want to fight, so he wants to take sannyas. Should he take sannyas? Or should he become a tyagi, renounce all my desires? He goes, I don't want a kingdom, I don't want this, and I don't want this. So there's two things that were troubling him. So now sannyas. Okay. Sorry, I've just been correct. I should give you the purport of that. Sorry. So a person in Krishna consciousness or in the mode of goodness does not hate anyone or anything which troubles his body. He does work in a proper place at a proper time without fearing the troublesome effects of his duty. Such a person situated in transcendence should be understood to be the most intelligent and beyond all doubts in his activities. So there's a couple of good words in there. So Arjuna is asking, should I become a sannyasi? Should I become a tyagi, give up everything? Now who knows what a sannyasi is, apart from devotees here? Anyone take a guess? You've probably seen loads of them. Many, many people who see sannyasis. They wear orange robes. You see them wearing orange robes. Yeah. They've given up everything. If you're a bit like me and a bit like a few others here, remember there used to be the orange phone? And what was their ad? The future is bright, the future is orange. How apt that was, wasn't it? Everybody should become a monk. Yeah? So, not physically, not in the sense, but in a way. So a sannyasi is a monk, who's renounced his family life and social life, and everything is dedicated to devotional service. He's a spiritual disciple. He lives a spiritual life. That's what he's doing. And a tyagi is someone who acts without any selfish desires for rewards for his actions, and he gives up all worldly attachments. He goes like, he's kind of like becomes a philanthropist. He just gives everything away. But when he gives everything away, something is still attached to that. He still says, mention my name because I have given X, Y, Z. So that attachment is still there. Okay. But what Krishna is saying is, okay, you know what? Do your everyday duties. Okay? Do your prescribed duties that you're supposed to do, but do them as an offering to me. So whatever you're doing, whatever work you're doing, if you're working from home, or whether you're working outside, whatever kind of work you're doing, do it as an offering to me. And sometimes you think, well, how's that possible? Like, in all different kinds, if you're working in a hospital, you're treating the people in the hospital. So he's saying to doctors and nurses, everyone, as we know, is a part and parcel of Krishna, okay? Because everybody has that living Atma inside it, which is a part of Krishna. So if there's a particle of the Lord inside everyone, so everyone is just like Krishna, so we should treat them as him, yeah? So we should be treating everybody equally. So in that aspect, when you're in a hospital, you think you're treating a devotee or a person that belongs to Krishna. Okay? Do your duty. Do your best, level best with whatever you do. Don't think about the results. Because the moment we start thinking about results, it's that pride and selfishness that comes into us. You think, I want to do this thing for this reason, or I don't want to do this because of this. So we have our own ideas that we concoct in our mind. As like they say, the mind can be your friend or your enemy. And what we're trying to do is make our mind our friend. And that's what Krishna is trying to say. Because we can either make the mind your enemy or your friend, and it depends how you use it. You can either make your mind your enemy, but you can still use it in Krishna's service, like Hiranyakashipu. He was constantly despising Lord Krishna and his son Prahlad Maharaj. He goes, Prahlad, you are always talking about Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. He became enemy number one. But what happened at the end? When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, is your Lord in this pillar? He said, yes. He goes, oh, really? He goes, yeah. Again, it comes down to faith and devotion, because he had 100% faith in the Lord that the Lord will appear in this pillar, and the Lord did appear. And then what happened at the end? He killed Hiranyakashipu, but Prahlad said, please forgive my father. Okay, so that's slightly off the topic, but yeah, the faith is there. So everything you do, do it for me, but try to be in a positive aspect, okay? That's what we're trying to see. Whatever work you do it for me. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, offer it to me first as an offering to me, and then have it. And that's why we call it prasad, and Mahaprasad, yeah? So that's the thing. I remember in a lecture, Srila Prabhupada was asked, why you this, he goes, he used to have a dictaphone that was very precious to him. He goes, why are you so attached to a dictaphone? He goes, well, it's because I don't really like this. Personally, it's not personally for me, but I'm using it in the service of my Guru Maharaj and Krishna, because he wants me to translate these books. So I'm using this dictaphone in the service to write these books. So that's what Srila Prabhupada, he wasn't attached to anything. But the problem is we become attached to certain things and certain time, certain place, and these mentally affect us. Now, why do they mentally affect us? Now, constantly we're bombarded with so much information, yeah? And then Krishna explains what we call the three gunas, okay? The three modes that are constantly battling with each other, okay? You got the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So you got sattvagun, rajagun, and tamagun. There's a constant battle between all three of these, you know, every single day. So the previous verse to this, Krishna was explaining about the people in the mode of passion and mode of ignorance and the mode of goodness. But this verse is telling us something much more than that. Who is the most intelligent person? And that's what Krishna is focusing on this verse. Okay. He's talking about renunciation in this verse. Renunciation in what way? You know. So renunciation, this particular renunciation, okay, and what are these symptoms of these renunciations? Okay. You know, you got the modes of goodness, passion, ignorance. Okay. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay. So we can see these live in action. I mean, I know many of us drive cars. Yeah, we all drive cars almost, yeah. And what happens when somebody cuts up in front of us? You know, we get into a bit of road. why the hell did you cut in front of me? That happens quite often, isn't it? Right. So in a split second, your mood can be changed from a mode of goodness to a mode of passion to a mode of ignorance. Within a split second, that's how quickly these modes change. But, these modes will also affect our devotional service. How we do our devotional service depends on our moods, what sort of mood we are in to do our devotional service. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna, do your work. Think of me at the back of your mind, that all this, whatever you're doing, is for me. I will take care of the results. So like, Shri Shri Radha Gokulanand Bhagwan Ji ki, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So even like whatever you're doing, the Pujari at the altar is doing his service. He's doing it in the mode of goodness. So he wants to serve the Lordships in such a nice way that he can offer with love whatever he's doing. He's not, everything has to be pakka, bang on time, but it has to be done with love and devotion. Now, in this verse, Srila Prabhupada has a very nice word, because he wants us to move out from the mode of passion, ignorance, and goodness. He wants us to become intelligent. The word that Srila Prabhupada uses here is medhavi, intelligent. Now, how do we become intelligent? The way we become intelligent is taken to devotional service, like chanting, doing some service. We can see so much here. We have people, the pujari in the altar, we have cooks, we have people cleaning, we have people going out boot distribution, we have people helping out on festival days. There's so many little services that we can do. And everyone is doing some kind of service. If there's no other service you can do, you could just come and sit here and talk with the Lord, pour your heart out to Him. That's a service in itself, because you're speaking your heart out to the Lord. He listens, not in the way that we want. We might have plans for X, Y, Z, but His plans are different to ours, and His plans are always better for us. Okay? So, how to get on this mode of how to become intelligent? We need to see, like earlier on, we have these sannyasis, like I said, spiritual monks. You see them in orange robes. Okay. Now, they've renounced everything. Nothing belongs to them. But why are they on this path? Because they've seen it. They read through the scriptures. Even reading the books is a service. If you can listen to lectures, that's a service in itself. If you can read books, that's a service in itself. But why does Krishna want us to become intelligent? Why should we do this service? Because in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 10, Krishna says, Tesham satatam yuktanam bhajatam priti purvikam dadhami buddhi yogamtam yena mam upantate. Those who constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. And this is what happens. Again, he's saying service, some kind of service. And this is what can happen once we're constantly strive to be in the mode of goodness, and from that mode of goodness, we can become into the mode of Krishna consciousness, which is in being intelligent. Now, how can we renounce? How can we be in the mode of goodness all the time? How can, like people say, how can we be Krishna consciousness all the time? How can we think of Krishna all the time? What proof is it? Is that Krishna is all around us. So, Krishna is everywhere, okay? We need to be in the mode of goodness. We do not need to hate anything or anyone or anything that troubles the body. Now, Krishna is all around us, so we say, how? Tell me, explain to me. So, chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita, Opulence of the Absolute. From text 21 to text 39, Krishna clearly states in that, I am the radiant sun. We see that every day. We saw it this afternoon, in the evening. I am the moon. I am the stars. I am the mind inside you. I am the living force inside you, which is the Atma. I am the ocean. I am the thunderbolts. I am the river Ganges. I am the letter Om, or letter A, as you say. And everything starts from me and finishes with me. So that's just a minute that I've given, that Krishna is everywhere. We drink water. Krishna says, I am the taste of water. Everybody drinks water every day. He goes, I am the taste of water. So, emphatically, we can see the presence of Krishna all around us every single day. And then we have the mode of goodness. People say, what do you mean by the mode of goodness? Okay, we need to remain in the mode of goodness. Now, how often, I'll give you the scenario. So supposing, probably you found a wallet on the floor, what would you do with it? Imagine here, what would you do with it? Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Probably, what would you do if you found a wallet? Yeah. Okay. So you guys are all in the mode of goodness. Thank you for that. Right. Normally, what would happen is 3 things would happen. Yeah. So either you find something on the floor, you look at it. Nah, not for me, mate. I'll walk away. Okay. That happens, doesn't it? People just walk away from something. They say, nah, that's not for me. I'll walk away. So they've gone away. So that's in the mode of ignorance. I've got nothing to do with that, not to do with me. So you get person B, the next person comes along, oh, there's a wallet there. Oh, nice. Pick it up. Oh, cool, got some cash, put it in my pocket, walk off, throw the wallet this side. That's in the mode of passion. So he's doing it for himself. He said, you know what, I'm not worried about it. I've got what I wanted in my pocket, I walked off. And then you got the last person, which like you said, you hand it in. That's in the mode of goodness. You have a look at it. You see, is anyone here? Does it belong to anyone? You ask them, no. Then you hand it to lost and found, yeah? That's in the mode of goodness. Because you say, I don't want nothing to do with it. It's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. Why should I take it? So you've done the right thing. So that's the mode of goodness. And then the next one is something that troubles you. You don't hate anything. You don't like anything. Anything that troubles your body. That's the other thing, you know. I mean, it's bad enough, when you get a pin hitting in your finger, yeah? That's quite bad enough. That hurts like anything. But imagine, has anyone ever been to Vrindavan in winter? Yeah? It's pretty cold out there, isn't it? It's freezing. Yeah? So what happens in winter? You have to take a cold shower. Yeah? You don't want to, but you have to, and you do that. Okay. And when you're doing, if you've done parikrama around Govardhan Hill or even around Vrindavan, you have these little stones and little thorns that when you're walking along, they hit your foot and you think, oh my God. But you bear that pain. Yeah? So you're not associating that pain, that bit of discomfort. You're okay with it. You deal with that discomfort. But you don't think, have you ever thought to yourself, look, I've got these little, I'm not going to do this parikrama. We never think of that, do we? We don't think, I'm not going to do that. No. Why? Because we think of a higher cause. Okay. Why? Because we're not associating with the body. We're thinking for a higher reason. That's what we're doing this service for. Everything that we're doing is for that service for the Lord and not for our material body. Because why is Krishna picking up on this point? Because in Bhagavad Gita 5.2, Krishna states, the renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. But of the two, work in devotion service is better than renunciation of work. So what did Krishna say? Do your work that you have to do. But work in devotion service is better than renunciation. Don't give up your work. Do all the work that you're doing. You might get a few discomforts every now and then. Not a problem. This is part of material life. Everybody has to go through this. So you have to have this sort of slight discomfort. We can't merely renounce all our activities that we're doing and not engage in devotional service, because devotional service is what makes you happy. So the next word that Krishna states in this chapter, in this verse, is Kaushale, which means auspicious. What does auspicious mean? Anyone? Just a rough translation or meaning? Yeah. And then Akushalyam is the opposite, inauspicious. So something that's favorable. Kushalyam is anything that's favorable, promises success, which is lucky for you. Akushalyam is something that's inauspicious, which is not favorable for you. Okay? And Anusajjita was not becoming attached to anything, you know. The person in Krishna consciousness, a renounced person, has a totally different mindset. He's not attached to anything. He's not worried about things. He's not worried whether this is auspicious or inauspicious, whether it's good for me, bad for me. He does things for a higher goal. He's got a higher goal. Like I just said, when you go to Vrindavan in winter, it's cold. Okay, you turn the heating on. Not that there is heat, but they have hot water. And if it doesn't work, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and you think, I need to get a shower, I need to have a shower, it doesn't matter what it is. I need to have a shower, get ready, and go. But why are you doing that? Because your mindset is because you want to go and see the Lord, Radhasham Sundarji, standing on the altar at 4:20 in the morning. That's the purpose why you have that cold shower. So your bodily concept is not, oh no, I don't want to have a shower and I don't want to go temple. Because your inner desire is there for a higher purpose, because you want to go and see the Lord, you want to take the darshan of the deities. And then the extreme opposite, if you go to Vrindavan, say, bang in the middle of June and July, it's about 40 degrees. If you've ever been to Vrindavan in that time of the year, you walk in the temple, the tiles, the road, everything is burning hot. So you're literally tiptoeing on the tiles. Again, why? Because your mindset is different. Because you want to go and see the deities on the altar. The mindset is totally different. Why? Because our whole focus is on Krishna. Our mindset, our goal is totally high, is different. We want to do what pleases the Lord and Krishna. And obviously, the only way we can do that is if we please Krishna and then please our Guru. Srila Prabhupada is sitting on the altar. He's told us what to do, how we can change our mindset. He's told us that already. Follow the regulated principles. He's given us very simple instructions. Follow the 4 regulated principles. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication, chant 16 rounds, do some devotional service, come and serve. Hence, your mood will change and help in your advancement. Why do we need to change our mood? Because we want to offer things to the Lord with love and devotion. Now, again, people say, why should we offer things with love and devotion to Krishna? Because it clearly states there that in chapter 9, verse 26, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakti priyachati tad aham bhakti upaharatam asnami priyatama. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. No pride, just in the mood of love. This is what he's saying. So, the intelligent person, he offers everything in a loving way. And then, that person, he's anusajjata, he doesn't become attached. He's not attached to anything. If he says, like when we do any kind of service, we say, oh, I done that for Krishna because I'm the best cook. But you know what? Even like when we're serving Krishna, sometimes I think to myself when I'm serving, I think, everything is running on time. I'm doing really well. Nothing can go wrong. And within a split second, because your pride and ego comes to your top, Krishna will crash it down like a thunderbolt and say, I'll put you back to where you are. I just want your service with love and devotion. Nothing else. I don't want your ego. I don't want your pride. I don't want nothing. And this is what it is. And that's the intelligence we are striving for. Because at the end of the day, we are all serving. Yeah? We're all servants of someone. Yeah? Like you got a mother there with a small child, she is serving the child. The wife serves the husband serves the child. When we're at work, we're serving everyone. So it's that chain of service for everyone. So when we can serve outside within the family, why can't we serve Lord Krishna in a similar way? There's nothing wrong with that, is it? So this is what he's saying. Serve me with love and devotion. Don't be attached to anything. Like I said, we have all these sannyasis here who come and visit at the temple. Speak to them, talk to them, ask them what they do. How did they get to where they are? What was the reason for it? And they'll explain to you that they follow these instructions. And these instructions, from where they were to where they've come to now, it's incredible. So what should we do? We should aim to follow in their footsteps. We should aim to serve them and their disciples and Krishna. Okay. Now we see many of these Maharajas, you know, I mean, sometimes I think the sannyasis, they probably got so much, you know, they're traveling here, there, everywhere. But you know what? That's one thing. For the sannyasis, they can't be attached to a single place. They have one of the conditions, they have to constantly keep moving around. They can't stay in one place because, why is that? Because they'll become attached to that place. Because to remain detached from everything, they have to carry on moving around. So that's why you see so many of them a month here, say in the US, next month they'll be in Spain, Russia, India, Australia. Like you see even our very own Keshav Maharaj, he just come back from Australia. 2 months before that, he went to the Kumbh Mela. And before, so even he's constantly traveling. He doesn't stay in one place. That's one of the things that they have to do. They're constantly traveling, moving around. They don't have any hankering for, oh, I wish I could have had that. I wish I could have this phone. I want this and I want this. They have none of that. I'll tell you an example that we had. As I'm a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Charan Maharaj, we had this is his example that he done. There was a house program somewhere, and they went to the house program, but little did he realize what the program was for. The person hosting that program, it was his actual birthday. And when he got to find out when they brought the cake out and everything, he says, oh, you didn't tell me it was his birthday. How can you come to someone's birthday without a present? And he said, no, Maharaj, it's just a surprise. We didn't want to tell you anything because otherwise... He goes, no, this is not right. I've come to someone's house program and it's his birthday. It should only be right that he gets a present. And he's wearing a watch at that time. And he goes, this is the only thing I can offer. So he took off his own watch. He goes, that's my present for you. So that just shows their magnanimity, you know, what's inside their heart. They're not attached to anything. And the other example is when I think Maharaj went to South Africa. And one of the devotees said, Maharaj, look, I've got this factory. I don't need this. You know, I want to just donate it to you. Take all the money. You do whatever you want with it. He goes, no. He goes, listen. I don't want your money. He goes, you've got a company that makes millions of pounds. I don't want that company. What I want you to do, he goes, it's very nice of you to offer it to me, but what I want you to do is keep control of the company, keep making the millions, but what I want you to do, whatever you make, take out 5-10% of that and offer it to the temple, because they're the ones who need it. He goes, I don't need nothing. I don't own the temple. The temple needs you, so you look after the temple. He could have become a wealthy owner of a big, massive company, making millions, but he didn't want any of that. So that's how detached they are. And this is the beauty of them. And when you look at it, anyone ever been to Ujjain here? Okay. Yeah, a few of us. So that's another thing. His Holiness Bhakti Charan, he actually, I mean, look, when we do a little house extension, it can take us anything up to about 6 to 7, 8 months to do. But Maharaj, from scratch, he built up a temple within 9 months, raised it from the ground completely. And he goes, yes, I made this temple, but it's not for me. It's for the people of Jain, because that is where Krishna came to study at the Sandipani Mani school. So it's for the people, for the devotees to come here and see the temple of Jain. It lights up the name of Jain. And what can you say? He's not attached, Maharaj. He made that temple, then had another project in D-Land in Florida, America. He's traveling constantly all over the world. But this is an intelligent person that's mentioned as first. And according to Srila Rupa Goswami, from the Nectar of Devotion, he says, when one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. One should not be attached to material opulence, but material opulence may be accepted in Krishna consciousness movement to facilitate the propagation of the movement. In other words, material opulence may be accepted as yukta vairagya. That is for renunciation. So whatever they get, whatever they have, they don't keep anything for themselves. They said, that's for the temple. So even when you see Bhaktivedanta Mana, if any other temple or any other place is struggling, I remember a few years back, New Mayapur in France was struggling. Every month there was donations of food going from here across to that temple to keep it running. So that's how. And I remember Maharaj, when he done a retreat there, I think 2019, I think it was. Yeah, 2019. And he asked everyone, you come to this temple in New Mayapur, I want you to help this temple. He goes, don't give me anything, give it to the temple. This is how they are so much renounced. So, just in the last few minutes. So, on this last run of Gaurapanim, which happened on Thursday, with the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? He came up, selfless service. He gave the treasure chest of the holy name to everyone. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a magnanimous incarnation. When you look at the altar, you got Radha Krishna, Sitaram Lakshman, but in the middle, the two deities, the one on your right, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And on the left is his elder brother, Nityanand Prabhu. So he appeared 500 years ago in Navdeep. Rupa Goswami says, my dear Lord, you are the most magnificent, magnanimous incarnation because you are distributing love of Krishna. At the end of this Bhagavad Gita, 1866, okay, this is how love of Krishna is so rare. Lord Krishna canvassed so much. What did he say at the end? He goes, Sarva dharma pritijam mam ekam sarvam vraja. Give up everything, just surrender unto me. And on the whole battlefield, how many people actually surrendered to him? The Pandavas, Arjuna, Bhima, or the gopis of Vrindavan. That's all it was. But now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming to give something for free. Okay. He is saying, I've opened up the treasure chest. The Lord's potency is His holy name. You don't have to do anything else. All you need to do is chant His holy names. That's all you have to do. And all Chaitanya Mahaprabhu done was wrote 8 verses, which again tie in so intelligently about the intelligent person. See, if anybody ever gets a chance, please read them. It's called the Sri Shikshashtakam. The 8 verses. Some of them are so nice, so beautiful. I don't have the time now to read them all. But I'll just read a few of them. It says, O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings. And thus you have hundreds of millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy name, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. And this is one that we say every single morning. If you come to here in the manor every morning, one should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and one should chant and be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind can one chant the holy name of the Lord. O Almighty, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want a number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. And these are just a short snippets that I've read. There's about 8 of them altogether. So this is the qualities that the sannyasi, the intelligent person, imbibes by. And we can also follow these qualities. And how do we start? It's very simple. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, all you have to do is everyone raise their hands in the air. This is all you have to do. There's no hard and fast rules, anytime, any place, anywhere. And what do you say? He goes, chant these names. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Okay, so that's one round. How long did that take us to do? Literally 15 seconds? Yeah? And all I'm asking you, you've come today in this auspicious week, if you can chant this at least 4 rounds every day. At least. How long will it take you? This one round took you about 15, maybe a minute, 2 minutes. That's all it is. So I think I'll end the class there because Aarti will start in the next few minutes. So please, if I've said anything wrong or anything I've said which is out of order, please forgive me for that. I was only following the orders of my spiritual master to come and speak to you and recite something on the Bhagavad Gita. Ki Jai. Ki Jai. Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Jai.
Can everyone put away their mats, please, so it's not just hand like that.
No, I've got another program to go to, unfortunately. I would have loved to.